This is CNC. At this stage you can see now that I've added a work surface to it. This work surface maybe I've compromised a little bit, but I want to experiment because a lot of people use extruded aluminium as a foundation, and then they put a like an MDF or other material type spoil board, I think they call it, because you've got to take the risk that, or accept the risk that you will actually score the surface of the table. So you've got to bear that in mind. What you can do, however, using like material like MDF, which is what I've used at the moment, it can be skimmed. So that's probably what the process which I'll do, because all I've done now is mounted it onto three running three metal extruded parts which run across the width of the machine. There is a possible risk that the board could warp, being MDF, but like I'm saying, at the moment I'm just doing it cheap because there's no point in investing in more material if I'm going to damage the actual work surface. So this is relatively cheap to replace. So there we go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to, I've got everything switched on. I've got to stop saying the word stop counting how many the spindle, who's done it again? Let's get composed here. The spindle driver is ready to go. I've extended the Z-axis till its lower limit. The one job, I'm very self-conscious now of it. The lower limit on the Z-axis has not been physically set up yet. I've got to put an end stop in. The X-axis has got the X stop now for the limit, but at the far end, but I've not fitted a limit to the near end. Also, I need to put a tab or a small tab to activate the homing switch, which is the one with the lower arm at the front. That needs to be adjusted as well, because that will catch. So there we have it. So I'm just going to do a quick demonstration now using the software. I'm going to first of all fire up the spindle, which I've got wired in. The next modification is I've got to fit an A to D converter to the control unit to allow me to control the speed. At the moment it's either on or it's off. So by clicking the spindle start, you can just hear the PWM being applied to the spindle motor, and that now is going to run up to full speed. So I want the facility to allow me to run to any particular speed that I want, and the great thing with Mach 4 is that it allows me to use an analog output from the control module to control the proportional speed of the motor. So at this stage nothing is zeroed, the whole machine is not homed, but I'm not worried about that at the moment. When it goes to the home position, then all these will all become zero. Now what it's trying to do there, it's trying to zero everything. Probably shouldn't have actually done that, because that would imply, I think I might have to break out the program or force it to do a stop. And there we go. So at this stage, that's something I don't want to do. So let's just reset everything. Let's set the whole, disable everything and re-enable. There we go. Right, so I'm just going to restart the spindle again, just so we've got everything running, because I want to run everything. Start the spindle. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a demonstration of the, where are we? We got jogging selected, and I'm going to select the Z-axis first of all. So what I want to do is I want to retract the axis, so I'm just going to, whoops, gone the wrong way, and that's why you need a limit switch, folks. Don't know if you heard that, but it was actually, and this is going to hit it on the upper limit. And okay, that doesn't sound too good either. And okay, so there is an issue with the upper limit switch for some reason there on the Z-axis. That will need a little bit of investigation. Anyway, let's bring it down, reset everything, and we shall just hopefully, there we go. We'll just move that up and down. Okay, now just going to operate the y-axis. What we'll do is we'll take it towards the far end. At the moment I'm just using manual jogging commands from the main software menu, and all I'm going to do is just demonstrate that they operate correctly. And finally, let's operate the x-axis and we'll bring it back towards. There's a little bit of vibration, but it's nothing too much. I'll need to check it at all speeds to make sure everything, there isn't any particular problem at certain speeds, because there could be a vibration with a characteristic form of oscillation. And just take that back, and that will be the demo. And there we have it. So that's all axes working, spindle is working, the bed's in now, and it's just really adjustments of the limits. A couple of little parts that need to be fitted to ensure that the end stops are functional and that the motors don't drive against the mechanical issue. So there we have it.